New York City never goes quiet. The streets are always loud, buildings glow with artificial light, and people rush toward goals they barely have time to question. But in the middle of all that noise, there are people fighting a much quieter battle, one that happens entirely inside their own minds. This is the story of one of them. His name was Adam Carter. Adam was 32 years old. He worked as an analyst at a top financial firm in Manhattan. From the outside, his life looked perfect. A high salary. A modern apartment. A fit body. A career many people dreamed of. Friends often told him, "You're living the dream." But every night, when the city finally slowed down and Adam lay alone in his bed, a single thought echoed in his mind. "You're not enough." His mornings followed a strict routine. He woke up before his alarm, went to the gym, drank black coffee, picked up his laptop bag, and headed to work. Everything was controlled, disciplined, efficient, like a machine. But no one could see what was happening inside him. During meetings, his mind replayed past conversations. Small mistakes felt enormous. Future situations became threats. While he looked calm on the outside, inside he was constantly fighting himself. The roots of that fight went back to his childhood. Adam grew up in a small town in California. His father was a retired military officer, disciplined, strict, emotionally distant. In their house, emotions were not encouraged. When Adam cried, he was told, "Don't be weak." When he scored 95 on a test, the question wasn't, "Good job," but, "Why not 100?" Slowly, Adam learned a dangerous lesson. Love, approval, and respect had to be earned. Without realizing it, his mind created a rule that would follow him into adulthood. Self-worth equals performance. When Adam entered the corporate world, that belief only grew stronger. Every presentation felt like an exam. Every meeting felt like Judgment Day. The higher he climbed, the more afraid he became that people would eventually realize he wasn't as capable as he appeared. At night, his mind refused to rest. He replayed conversations, criticized himself, and imagined worst-case scenarios. Psychology has a name for this: impostor syndrome. But for Adam, it felt like living with a voice that never stopped questioning his value. Then one Monday morning, the thing he feared the most finally happened. It was an important client meeting. The boardroom was full. Adam was presenting financial projections when suddenly his breathing became shallow. His heart started racing. His hands trembled. The numbers on the screen blurred. Inside his head, one thought screamed louder than everything else. "Get out. Now." Adam walked out of the meeting. That was his first panic attack. The doctor later told him it was stress. His friends said, "Everyone is stressed." His manager told him to stay strong. But no one asked how he actually felt. That's when Adam realized something painful: mental exhaustion often goes unnoticed because it isn't visible. One evening after work, overwhelmed and drained, Adam sat alone in a park. Nearby, an elderly man was feeding pigeons. Without even looking at him, the man said calmly, "You're fighting your own mind, aren't you?" Adam froze. The man was Dr. Henry Wilson, a retired psychotherapist. For the first time, someone saw through him without asking questions. Dr. Henry told Adam something that changed everything. "The mind isn't a machine," he said. "It's a storyteller. And your suffering begins when you believe every story it tells you." He taught Adam a simple practice: observe your thoughts without trying to stop them. At first, it felt strange. But slowly, Adam noticed something new. He could see his thoughts without becoming them. For the first time, he understood that thoughts are not facts. Fear is not an enemy. Fear is information. For a while, Adam felt better. He thought he was healed. But the mind doesn't change overnight. Old patterns return when pressure returns. A few weeks later, Adam was assigned a major project at work. His manager said, "This is important. Everyone's eyes are on you." That single sentence triggered everything. That night, Adam couldn't sleep. The old questions returned. What if I fail? What if they realize I'm not good enough? The next day, he went back to Dr. Henry. After listening carefully, Dr. Henry said, "The problem isn't fear. The problem is your need to get rid of fear." Then he asked a question that hit Adam deeply. If you never become perfect, can you still accept yourself? Adam had no answer. For the first time, he realized his entire life had been about proving his worth, not living it. Soon after, Adam traveled back to his childhood home. He stood in his old room, surrounded by memories. He looked at his father's medals, uniforms, and photographs. And for the first time, he saw his father differently. He realized his father had fears too, he just never learned how to express them. Adam understood something powerful: sometimes we mistake our parents' silence for rejection. Before leaving, Adam said quietly to himself, "I don't have to live the way you did." When Adam returned to New York, the big presentation day arrived. The pressure was still there. Fear was still present. But this time, Adam didn't fight it. He walked into the meeting not with perfection, but with honesty. When he didn't know the answer to a question, he said, "I don't know yet, but I'll find out." The room went quiet. Then something unexpected happened, people nodded. Faces softened. That day, Adam learned a truth no one had ever taught him. Perfection doesn't build trust. Honesty does. Slowly, his life began to change. He stopped trying to prove himself constantly. He allowed mistakes. Most importantly, he started speaking to himself the way he would speak to a friend. During their final conversation, Dr. Henry said, "When you stop fighting your mind and start standing with it, peace begins." Even today, Adam sometimes hears that old voice whisper, "You're not enough." But now, he has an answer. Maybe not. But I'm still okay. And that answer is what keeps him moving forward. If you're listening to this story and recognize yourself somewhere in it, remember this. You are not broken. You are just tired. Your mind is meant to be a home, not a prison.